The Supreme Court has dismissed West Bengal government and State Election Commission's petition opposing the Calcutta High Court's order over deployment of central forces in all districts during panchayat polls. Upholding the High Court's order, the top court has said that the order of the HC would not call for any interference, as the High Court's order is for ensuring free and fair elections in the state. The top court had pulled up the State Election Commission that it is the duty of the state poll panel to conduct elections. The HC order is only aiding poll panel in fulfilling its responsibilities. Now, the top court said that holding elections cannot be a license for violence. It also reminded the state government of the history of violence between 2013 and 2018. However, the state and the SEC had contended that it's not an election commission's jurisdiction to requisition forces.
That the Honorable Supreme Court, in a way, has shown a clear mirror to the West Bengal government. They have been totally exposed. Supreme Court has said that the State Election Commissioner itself asked for deployment of the forces. And now you are opposing the deployment of the forces. In a way, you are ridiculing your own previous stand. And this also shows that there is some nefarious design which is going on, and particularly when this type of rampant violence is very much there in the public domain.
The Supreme Court very clearly asked the State Election Commission as to why they have any grievance whatsoever with regard to the Calcutta High Court order, because they themselves had sought deployment of forces, they themselves had requisitioned forces, and whether it comes from the centre or neighbouring states, that should not be their concern, because the Calcutta High Court order in essence helps them to fulfill their responsibility of conducting fair elections, of conducting free elections. And that is something that was stressed upon by the Supreme Court, saying that how does it matter whether or not the forces are deployed from neighbouring states or the centre? You yourself wanted deployment, you requisitioned forces from neighbouring states, so this is helping you. Secondly, what was stated also by court was that there is a history and accordingly there is no requirement to look back at the Calcutta High Court order to interfere with it, because they have taken into consideration all these aspects and accordingly they have passed their order. And in this situation, there is no requirement for the Supreme Court to interfere with the order of the Calcutta High Court, which had deployed forces, central forces, in order to ensure that sensitive booths and all districts are taken care of. Now, the fact that the Supreme Court made a very clear observation is also very important, and the court said that conducting polls is no license for violence. Polls need to be conducted in a free and fair manner from the grassroots level, and therefore it is required that forces be deployed.